Hello, YouTube. Hello, Facebook. And hello to TikTok and Instagram and all of my social media platforms. My name is Apostle Ela. Thank you so very much for joining us on this fine Thursday night. Y'all know, as above, so below. Jupiter rules. King of the gods. As if you're female, queen of the gods. Welcome to my live. I am happy to be with you on here tonight. We're getting ready to get prepared to go into a new year and get opportunities that are awaiting us. These are the realities that we have conjured, we have invoked, we have prayed for. Looks like Capricorn coming in, Brother Mario. Capricorn first on YouTube. Into YouTube land. Mother Susan Gemini, welcome, sweetheart. The mother of our church. Jealous Sweets, how you doing, Gemini? Got me a Capricorn and 2 Geminis thus far. All right, 3 Geminis. Ashley Dawkins, come through. All right, Brother Mario Capricorn over there in TikTok land. If you do not mind, guys, please do so. Post your zodiac sign, where you from, so I know the audience in which I am talking to on tonight. I appreciate each and every one of you guys that are ready to rumble on tonight. This is my energy. This is my ashe. I want to welcome each and every one of you guys. If this is your first time being in my live, let me tell y'all something. I'm here to give you nothing but spiritual truth. I'm not. All right. Harriet Briggs, Capricorn from Facebook. All right. Thank you so much for joining us. That's my Capricorn as well. Thank you so much. As you guys begin to chime in, if you do not mind, post your zodiac sign. It is not a hard requirement. All you got to do is post your zodiac and say, hey, I'm from Florida. Oh, I'm from Tennessee. Oh, I'm from Jamaica. Oh, I'm from Barbados. Hallelujah. All right, Pastor, you throwing the old school. Yeah, I'm doing. Listen, I'm not. The real truth is I ain't got my hair cut. But I do got some things in the closet to cover this. I got my Kango going on, you know. All right, Sister Jackie. Sister Jackie, Taurus is in the house. Happy Thursday to you as well, sweetheart. All right, guys. Who am I speaking with over here in TikTok land? Do I have any others? All right. I told you I got some treats for y'all tonight. Let's be grown about this, guys. All right. Looks like I see Black Queen coming in. Black_Queen. All right. I want to say hello. You love the hat? All right. Thank you much. Thank you much. I want to say hello to each and every one of you guys, especially to Pisces, Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Aquarius, Cancer, Capricorn, Leo, Sagittarius, Scorpio, Libra, and Virgo. Hello to each and every one of you guys. If you do not know, my name is Apostle Ela. I am the pastor and apostle of Apostolic Faith of Jesus Christ Incorporated. My beliefs are deeply rooted in African traditions. Those are the ATRs. Hello to you. Somebody said hi over there in TikTok land. I would appreciate if you guys do not mind posting your zodiac sign and letting Apostle Ela know where you from. And we're going to get ready to get started tonight. There's some practices that I grew up with that I want to share with you tonight before we get into our lesson, giving you guys an opportunity to get a better feel of the things that I believe in and the things that I do. A lot of times we come on these lives and one thing that hello, Black Queen. One thing that I do, I try to teach universal law, so it doesn't matter. Pisces from Philly, thank you so much. All right, South Carolina, all right, Sagittarius from South Carolina. All right, now. What's up to you? All right. Thank you so much for joining us. That didn't hurt, y'all. It don't hurt at all. Just posting a little love. That's all we doing. But my beliefs are really rooted in my African traditions, based off of things that I have trusted in throughout the years. All right. California, Virgo. Come on now. All right. Now, my son is out there in California. Hello. I love it. All right, hi, I love new here. All right, thank you for joining us your first time. I appreciate you coming in and also letting us know your energetic. All right, Fiona, my Aquarius from Jamaica. You're Jamaican me crazy, lady. Yes, thank you so much, darling. Such a faithful supporter. I appreciate you, darling. All right, I also want to post this before I get started tonight. She said, liking the hat. Oh, thank you, darling. Apostle ain't got his hair cut, so I'm trying to look presentable. But these are the cards that I read from. These are the 72 names of God. I often do this for my Christian friends so they don't come in and talking about I'm reading tarot, which I'm not against tarot. I just don't read tarot. But, you know, everybody want to make everything the devil, but we want to say God created all things. But I don't know how you're going to square that. All right, Brother Johnny, the father of our church. Good evening to you, fine sir. and we want to say hello to each and every one of you guys. Let's get rumbling, okay? Now, some of the traditions that I have grown up with, and I still practice to this day because we're getting ready for the new year. I told some of you guys that I will be preparing these candles. They're on my website if you want me to prepare one for you. But I'm still going to tell you some of the things that we do. And if you want to do this on your own, I'm using a white candle because white candle represents all colors of the spectrum of light. But I'm also, one of the things that I put down here, New Year's ritual, New Year's spell. And this is why we do. And a lot of times when most of us have to get out of doing stuff because we see somebody else do it. You need to understand what you're doing, having a clear intention. You need to also understand what the purpose of doing something so you can get the most out of the benefit. That makes sense? Let's not just be doing something for the new year without having a full understanding of what we are participating in. Just like people breaking into the bread and drinking the wine. A lot of people do it in church and they don't have no clue what they're doing. All right. But one of the things that, one of the Psalms that we're going to talk about is Psalm 65, verse 11. And then I'm going to get into my message. And this particular scripture said, "Thou crownest the year with thy goodness, and thy path drops fatness." Now, that's the scripture that I'm going to be utilizing with this candle. And one of the things that we grew up growing is greens. On New Year's Day, I have March 21st is the real New Year, though. Yes, I know that. But since we are actually operating in the Americas, we have to go along with their New Year. Let me explain something, y'all. There is the correct way, and there's do what you got to do because of where you at. The Bible said when in Rome, we operate in Rome. Now, let me explain something. If we were operating authentically, we will no longer be calling Jesus by that name. We will be calling him Yah. It ain't even a him, if you really want to know the truth. But the point is the Christ energy. We would understand that is feminine energy. So my purpose is to work with people where they are and that they can get the benefits. Those that understand the actual truth, that you're not hooked to the matrix, but you still got a job and going paying taxes. Come on, y'all. Let's be for real now. One of the things that we eat in the new year is greens. Most people do not know greens are ruled by Mercury. I mean, not ruled by Mercury, but Mars. It's and it's for fast luck and drawing money and money making. Greens. And it's ruled by Mars. Now, a lot of people don't understand that even on Tuesdays, that is also a money day. Jupiter is a money day, but we use greens in order to represent cash flow. Mars energy, being aggressive, going out there making things happen. That's why we do greens. Then we have black-eyed peas. We have black-eyed peas. Black-eyed peas is representation of the eye of the spirit or prosperity and good luck. So when we do our dishes and we eat those things, next time you eat greens, understand you using Mars energy, money making, but when you eat black-eyed peas, it has to do with prosperity and it has to do with good luck. Okay, or the eye of the spirit. You want to see clearly. Black-eyed peas. Okay, then I have a dish, fish. I'm going to show you the actual fish, but I have it grounded. But this is the fish that I use for the new year. Fish represents the ocean. All right, T. Carter, my Scorpio here. Fish represents abundance. It's the ocean, the abundance of coming in, nurturing, healing, fertility. So these are the things, when we eat these things, they're a representation. There was a time that our people understood that we ate food for energy. And we partake in certain substances because we wanted that energy on the inside of us. But now we just eat to get fat or eat to just, kill hunger. But the lack of understanding. But that is the purpose of why you eat fish for New Year's dinner. And then my grandmother used to do this. I don't particularly care for it, but I do have it because I'm going to offer that to her. She like okra. I have it. This is powdered okra. Okra is used for protection. All right. So a lot of times when we're eating food, there are certain foods that we can eat for protection, for prosperity, for abundance. All these things are what we do. But I'm going to be preparing candle with something. Now, I'm not telling y'all all the ingredients that go into my powder that I place within these candles. But I'm telling you, giving you an idea. Also, almost forgot. That hat is, yeah, it's gangster. But only reason I'm wearing the hat is because I ain't got my hair cut. But corn is, when you do cornbread for the New Year's, it represents gold. Okay? So understand that. Don't just be preparing these dishes. Understand why our forefathers and mothers prepared these dishes with the understanding that they were blessing their household, and they're feeding the energy to themselves, their husbands, their children, their grandchildren, and these are the things. But corn is also for prosperity, grounding, positive energy, abundance, fertility, increase. Corn. So when you do your cornbread, that's what that means, okay? I hope that helped. So don't just be doing stuff for this New Year's, and don't be making resolutions you ain't gonna do. Let me move this out the way. All right. That was helpful, y'all. I hope it was. Now, some of us, from depending on our tradition, we may have different types of practices. You may not do it like that, but you know, food symbolizes energy in the celestial world, and so therefore, when we eat food, we're actually intaking energy. Okay, me particularly, I love fish, but I do eat other meats. Now, get that out the way. Let's talk about something tonight that I really, really think that is going to help a lot of you guys. Yeah, now okay. Thank you. If you guys saw my title, and I will be coming from 2 Samuel, the 12th chapter. 2 Samuel, the 12th chapter. And my title says, Men Cry Too. And if you are really a spiritual all right, Harriet. That hog jaw is also a part of overcoming stuff. Because some people use turkey meat, and some people use hog maw, hog jaw. You know, all that is similar to being able to overcome obstacles. When people give you the swine was in order to poison us, to give us the worst part of the pig. And our culture, we have been able to clean, purify some of the most scavengers of the earth, and we made good on it. Say that's for real. 30. All right, now, thank you so much, Sister Jack. Brother Johnny, thank you so much. Thank you. Now we're going to talk about Men Cry Too. And if you're really interested in practicing spirituality, you will start teaching your sons how to deal with their emotions and how to conduct themselves in spirituality, so they can benefit of having a sound spiritual life and being a healthy husband, friend, brother, cousin, and etc. Okay? Let me get to this. So 2 Samuel, 2 Samuel, the 12th chapter, 15 through 20. Won't be long. It said, Nathan departed unto his house, and the Lord struck the child that Uriah's wife bare unto David, and it was very sick. This is the Lord. This is all for all you guys that talk about what God don't do. He does do this stuff. So God struck this particular child that David got with Bathsheba, which was Uriah's wife. And verse 16 said, David therefore besought God for the child. And David fasted and went in and lay all night upon the earth. And the elders of his house arose and went to him to raise him up from the earth. But he would not, neither did he eat bread with them. And it came to pass on the 7th day that the child died. And the servants of David feared to tell him that the child was dead. For they said, Behold, while the child was yet alive, we spake unto him, and he would not hearken unto our voice. How will he then vex himself if we all tell him that the child is dead? Verse 19, listen to this very clearly, y'all. But when David saw that his servants whispered, David perceived that the child was dead. Therefore David said unto his servants, is the child dead? And they said, he is dead. Verse 20 says, then David arose from the earth and washed and anointed himself and changed his apparel and came into the house of the Lord and worshiped. Then he came to his own house, and then he required that they set bread before him, and he did eat. Now, why Apostle Eda talking about men cry too? Here is a situation. All right, Kimberly Dawkins, welcome, sweetheart. Here is a situation that a man of God made a decision to have a baby with his servant, had his servant killed. And then when I looked at this, a lot of us hurt and we don't know how to deal with our pain. We don't know how to deal with our accountability. David, not only did David have Uriah killed, he had a child with Uriah's wife. And God spoke through Naaman the prophet, the vessel. Y'all know how a lot of times you get readings and somebody tell you stuff you don't want to hear. You know you did the dirt. Come on, men. Because majority of my clientele is female. And what's sad, all right, Scorpio from Kentucky. The sad thing about it is that there are less men willing to hear truth. And one of the things that I try to teach my sons is how to be accountable. When you do something wrong, you need to own up to it. When Nathan told David of what he had done, David acknowledged his accountability for his action. If we can get more spiritual men to be more accountable for the dirt that they have done, a lot of things would change. Now, David did not get mad with the messenger. Come on here, y'all. How many men you know today that if they are given certain truth, they get mad with the messenger? That is a man that is not trying to be accountable for his actions. I'm a type of person, a lot of people say, well, Pastor Ela, why you say the things you say about yourself? Because I know I done did certain things. I know I set certain things in motion. I am accountable for my action. I try to raise my sons. I got 3 boys. I try to go out my way to teach them how to be accountable for their deeds, whether it's positive or negative, whether it's a good thing or a bad thing. But in order to be successful in this life, you got to understand men cry too. And when David realized that God was going to smite this child and this child to become sick, pimping at the best. They're working my hat. After hearing the judgment, he did not get mad with the prophet Nathan. In order to be a truly spiritual man, you must be accountable. Be accountable for the action. David did not get mad with the prophet or the vessel, but then this is what he did. He put himself before the Lord. How many men, once they are taking accountability for their action, they go before the Lord? They begin to make restitution for their action. A lot of times I watch men, instead of being accountable for the decisions that they have made. I told my sons, I said I had 3 boys from 3 different women. I did not glorify my actions. I took accountability for my what I would call it, my being promiscuous. Not really understanding why it's important to have a household where your children are up under one roof by one woman. Did not understand that concept, and so therefore, even now, I still have to reap the fruit from those actions. Because let me tell you something, just because you recognize the truth of your action does not mean that you don't have to also eat from the fruit of those actions, sir. Ma'am, understand that it is not your responsibility to make him a man. It is not your responsibility. I like Michelle, what's that song I had you playing, Mario? Can't Raise a Man? Yeah. What's the artist? K. Michelle. You can't raise a man. I watch this over and over. Even spiritual women do the same identical thing. A man that cannot cry is a man that cannot handle his emotion. You need a man that knows how to respond to his hurt, identify his hurt, understand why he's in hurt, and then take a responsible approach to his situation. Here, right here, David knew he messed up and he went before the Lord. God had already rendered a judgment on David, but he did not run from the one that rendered the judgment. He went to God. How many men, instead of dealing that they were reaping what they sown, they run away from spirit. They run away from voodoo. They run away from Santeria. They run away from the very spirits that are chastising them instead of owning. They're not chastising me because I didn't do something right. They're chastising me because I did something wrong. I made a bad decision. Y'all understand that? Let's walk with this. David put on sackcloth and began to fast and pray. A man that is accountable. I don't care if you're a voodooist. I don't care if you're a bokor. The Bible says even an evil man knows how to give good gifts to his children. I don't want to hear about whether you work on the right hand path. I don't care if you work on the left hand path. I don't care if you is a man. I don't care if you're a gay man. I don't care if you're a bisexual man. I don't care if you're a straight man. You are still a masculine vessel that needs to be accountable for your actions. And let me explain something to you. You do not have to be perfect to be a real man. You do not have to be perfect to be a man of honor. What you need to do is be a man that your word should be your bond, right? Also, you should be accountable for whatever action you take. I personally believe a man should be first partaker of his own fruit. That's just me. So I'm not going to ask you to do something I'm not doing. I'm not going to tell you to believe in something that I don't believe in. I'm not going to tell you to trust me for divine healing and I'm sitting at the doctor. I'm not going to tell you to believe God for your court case and I know I got lawyers and I got this and I'm not really trusting God. Are y'all understanding this? These are the things that I want to get you to understand. And when you take accountability, does not mean you're not going to hurt. As a man, does not mean that you're not going to cry. Does not mean that you're not going to feel some type of way. But it is your responsibility as a man to own your emotion, to own your feelings and your perception and the deeds that you have sown, whether positive or negative. What I like about this particular scripture is accepting the consequences when the child died. Once David found out that the child died, he knew that God has already rendered his decision. Because if God was going to heal the child would have been restored. God, just like David, is a man or being of his word. When God say a thing, he bring it to pass. A lot of y'all don't understand something. When you are dealing with a deceitful man, he is not a man of his word. Like when I prophesy something, I believe what I prophesy. Whether it come to pass or not, I honestly believe it. When I tell you I hear something, I believe that God has spoken. I honestly believe I'm hearing from God. I honestly believe I'm hearing from ancestors. Being a truthful, authentic man and understanding that you do not have to be perfect, but you need to own your own personal truth, your strength, and your weaknesses. When David heard that his son was dead, he accepted the consequences. To be a man, you must, as a true, authentic spiritualist, be willing to accept the consequences for certain actions. I'm going to say that again. This is not something that the woman needs to do for you. This is not something your mother can do for you. This is not something your sister can do for you. This is not something that voodoo can do for you. This is not something Santeria, hoodoo, Lakumi, Palo Miambe. You got a lot of men that are not putting away their childish games, their childish mindset, and they're practicing powerful conjure. They're practicing hoodoo. They're practicing voodoo. And they are immature because they don't want to be accountable for the decisions that they made. In order to be effective in real power, you must be a man that is willing, without nobody prompting you. Nobody made me go back and tell and apologize to my exes. Nobody made me do that. I realized as I got older and wiser and I saw different perspectives about life, I made a decision. I didn't care what they thought about it. I didn't care how they was going to take it. I went and apologized where I think I went too far or I went wrong. That's just being a man. You see what I'm saying? And then I love how David addressed his response. As a man, women are always watching how you respond to your dilemmas, your circumstances, and your situations? Huh? Are you going to take it out on everybody because you made a decision not to get your education? Are you going to take it out on everybody because you decided not to go further in your business, or you decided that you were going to go out here and get in trouble and sell dope? Everybody makes decisions. Everybody. Every man makes a decision. And guess what? If you're gay straight up by, you're still making a decision. Huh? And then when you make those decisions, when you begin to complicate other people's lives because of your decision, own that. Own that. My life became complicated because I decided, for whatever reason I decided it, whatever age I was in, to have kids from 3 different women. So therefore, I was going to have more issues than the normal person. Come on here, y'all. Now, why am I talking about this? Men cry too. I had a situation that, and I'm going to explain this, and I'm going to show you my spirituality behind it. And I was really hurt. I had my birthday party, and I had people fly in to my birthday party. But Brother Mario is a working man. I want y'all to follow me with this. And he wanted to surprise me with one of my sons by flying him from California. Now, Brother Mario works for UPS, and Brother Mario has a physical job. Brother Mario also has his own child. Brother Mario also was dealing with some situations that he needed to overcome. But because of who he felt that I was to him, he wanted to surprise me with one of my children, which is also an adult man, right? Long story short, Brother Mario ended up bringing him over here, had to get a hotel and some other accommodation, but finances fell short. I appreciate what he did. But I stepped in. My child did not know that I was actually funding some of the situations and circumstances. I didn't fund everything, but I funded enough of it. So when long story short, the purpose of him being over here as a man was to celebrate me. When he got over here, he wanted to go see his mother. So I told Brother Mario I don't want to be a part of it. But when he asked me could he use one of my rental cars, I told him yes. So long story short, she stood him up. She's supposed to come pick him up. I let that go. Now I'm paying for all of this. I'm feeding him. I'm doing all this other stuff, right? So my problem with the situation, and I want to share this because I want y'all to know that I don't care how spiritual I am, I have feelings, and I acknowledge my feelings. When somebody hurt me, I let them know. Okay? So in my process, he told me that basically I wanted him to look down on his mother. And that hurt me more than anything that he did. Because I raised my sons to respect their mother. My personal opinion about any of my kids' mother is my personal opinion. But I have always demanded my children to respect their mother. So there would be no reason for me to want him to look down on his mother. If I wanted him to look down on his mother, I would have raised him to look down on his mother. I would not, when he went around his mother or her other children, I would not allow, if I bought him something and if I could not pay for everybody, what I did was I made him eat his food in the car and then go with his brother and sister. I would not allow him to bring his toys over if he was not going to share them. Anything that I was doing for my son that his other brothers and sisters could not partake, I made sure. So if I was trying to make him look down on her, I would have assisted him when he wanted to flex on them because I had more resources. I never allowed that. So as a grown man at his age, and he said this to me, I asked him very clearly, what made you think that? He the one looked down on his mother. I'm the one used to whoop his behind for that. He's the one that told me that if he became famous, he would not want his mother speaking for him. Now all of a sudden, because she hurt you, now you're saying that I want you to look down. Let me tell y'all something. As a man, I don't need my kids to look down on their mother. I would never teach my children. I was raised by my mother, my grandmother, and my uncles, that whether it's your mother or father, that's your parent. I would never teach my kids, no matter what my personal feelings are about their mother or any other adult, teach them to behave in that way with another adult, especially their parent. Because I believe that if you teach your child to disrespect the mother or the father, it's just a matter of time before they disrespect you. Because what's good for the goose is good for the gander. So I would never teach my children, no matter who I thought I was, no matter what I thought I had, teach my children against their parent. What I try to get my sons to do is to understand where I was coming from in the situation. I never needed my children to see the same thing I saw. I just needed you to understand that I have a reason why I conduct myself a certain type of way. That is all. That's all I need to do. I don't need you to see the world like I see. I need an understanding. I would never, I tell you guys, I'm not doing this to shame him. I'm doing this because I want y'all to know men cry too. That hurted me really bad. Because out of all the teaching and example, if I wanted to shine on somebody, I don't need my child to shine on my baby mama. I can do that all by myself. I would never involve my kids in my pettiness. I am not the kind of parent. I'm a petty man, but I don't need to be petty with my children. Because my children, I don't have to honor his mother as my mother, because I have my own mother. So I would never make my kids disrespect their mother just because I have certain issues or we may have different views of parenting. That's natural life. But the idea that my grown son said to me that I wanted him to look down on his mother, and then he posted it on social media without calling me, that did something to me. I am literally right now fighting for a house to leave to him, that I decided after this was done that I'm no longer going to do that. Because if a grown man can hurt another grown working man, these are working men paying for you to be here to be able to celebrate me. Now you taking my money, my dime, my support systems to do something you want to do. Let me explain to y'all why this is important. And this is why men need to be accountable. And this is why you should let these fathers make these young boys be accountable for their actions. If you wanted to come and see your mother, you knew since September. That means you should have saved your money. So therefore, when you got here, if you wanted to do something outside of what was being paid for you, then you would have financed your own situation. You don't need my money. And I have a right as a working man not to want my resources to be used in a certain way. But because you are my son, I allowed it. And then when you came back and told me what was done to you as a father, I tried to defend you. And you got upset with me. Number one, always remember this, man. Pay the cost to be the boss. Pay the cost to be the boss. If you are a man and you want certain things to be done, then you need to finance that. Hello, Mama Brooks. Capricorn in the house. Angie Sagittarius. I didn't think I acknowledge you. What should have happened because of how he was raised? You should have saved your money, took your own Capital One credit card, rented you a car, and you could have functioned as you please. I made sure you was in a hotel. Now let me break this down to y'all. Some of you all don't know Kingmaker. Kingmaker is a self-sufficient woman. She has her own businesses, take care of herself. My son was lit in the same hotel where Kingmaker was in. This is a woman that paid her own way to be in that hotel. You are being financed by another man to be in that hotel. That's how good God was to you. Men, if you're going to cheat on a woman, and I'm not advocating cheating, I want y'all to understand why this runs so deep. Do not take her car. Do not take her house to cheat on her. If you're going to do your dirt, if you're going to have your feelings, then you need to finance your own stuff. No, the Lord already fixed it. Actually, this is fine. I'm trying to tell you. I need this to get through because a lot of y'all trying to mother men instead of making these men be accountable for their actions while they are young. So when they become grown men and they understand the consequences for their action, when David did his dirt, he did not blame God. He did not blame the messenger. He took responsibility. And then when it was over, he got up and he began to eat. This is what I'm trying to tell y'all. I own my madness. If I did something, I own it. I don't look to my mama. I don't blame my sister. I don't blame my family. I don't put that responsibility on nobody but me. That's how I raise my kids. Because as a man, you need to own your stuff. When my sister was going through certain things as a man with her husband, as a man, I did not get mad with him. I disagreed with his opinion about my sister. But what I did, I took my own money, my own resources, and I went and invested in my sister. Because he doesn't have to see her that way. Because that's his woman, his wife. That is my sister. So therefore, if I don't like how she is being handled, then as a man, as a lion, as another vessel, I took my sister and asked her, can you go with me to Miami? She said yes. And I took my resources and I did what I want to do with my sister. It's too many men out here that is not taking accountability. Y'all hear me? I don't mind crying. I don't like to cry. I don't care to cry. But I don't also mind acknowledging when I've been hurt. I don't mind acknowledging when something has moved me in a certain way. Because then I can take action. I can be responsible for my emotion and therefore not directing my anger or my upsetness on other people that they had nothing to do with it. Those without children do not understand the lengths a parent will go through to protect their children in all areas. When my child hurt, I hurt. When I will do anything within my power to erase her pain. Thank you there, Brother Mario. Let me tell y'all something. It hurt me. Not just for me. It hurt me that a friend of mine was trying to surprise me and was doing something that he could have spent his money on his own child. And you as a grown man, off of another man's dime, decided to do something else when somebody brought you over here for one purpose. If you cannot finance yourself to make those changes, then you should have never come here off of another man's dime. I'm going to say that again. If I don't like what's going on in my uncle's house, I'm not going to go there to correct his house. I'm going to get out of his house. That's how men do that. If I don't like something, then I'm going to go out and make sure I create a place where I can operate and be me. Y'all understand that? So even in spirituality, if you got a man that is not accountable, if you got a man that is not taking responsibility for the well-being of your household, you don't have a man. You have somebody that has genitals. You don't have a man. You do not have a mature man. Understand that? And that's why when I look at the situation, I took certain action because I want my sons to understand consequences. For every action, there's an opposite and equal reaction. As a man, before you get up and do something, you need to make a decision how and why you need to operate in a certain way if you want honor and respect. If you don't want another man looking down on you, make sure that you handle your business. You ain't got to be rich. You need to be honorable. You don't have to be the most successful man. You need to have integrity. Y'all hear me? This is why when going into 2022 and I do this conjure work and I do these ceremonies, you're dealing with somebody that is accountable. Whether I do, if I fall short, I'm accountable. If I don't do what I say, I'm accountable and I'm going to apologize. And what I try to do as a man, I try to be first partaker of the fruit, just like David did. He acknowledged, he did what he could to try to correct the situation. When he realized he could not correct the situation, he owned it. Do you hear me? If that man needs to cry, let him cry. That don't make him weak. I shed some tears. I don't like crying. But it hurt me. And it hurt me on another level. Because as a father, I tried to protect you. And you took it out on me. But you did not know I was making sacrifices for you behind the scene. And now you need to deal with the consequences of your decisions. Accountability, y'all. A lot of you guys, and I'm saying this to all my spiritual women, don't blame that man no more because you're trying to be his mother. You should have, his mother should, and his father should have made him accountable when he was young. Because men that are not accountable will always blame everybody, people, places, and things. I don't blame nobody for nothing I go through. I don't do it. Because at the end of the day, even my ministry, that's why my kids are able to go off and live their life, because I do not hold them accountable. I the one said God called me to have a church, so God got to provide for me. I am responsible. If somebody decides not to clean the church, I go and clean the church because I am the head of the ministry. If somebody decides not to give their finances, don't want to support, I'm going to sacrifice my finances because I am responsible. I am accountable. I am accountable for my spiritual practice. If Brother Mario says he's not going to help me, that has been, he ain't said that, but I'm just saying, I don't hold other people accountable. T. Carter said your kids can hurt you like no one can. I know, yeah. Yes. And mothers hurt in one way as a parent, fathers hurt in another way. I want women to understand men do hurt. I really want you to understand that men that strive, I'm not perfect. I fall short. But one thing I have always been is try to be a father to my kids. I have made decisions when I got older not to be aggressive with my children in their situation. If they want to deal with me, I let them deal with me. Before, when I was younger, I forced my way. I decided when I got older and learned better, I decided to do better. Because as a man, you cannot force your way. That is not being a man. That's being a tyrant. And so therefore, I learned different methods as I grew older. I admire David in this particular passage of scripture, that when I practice my spirituality, this is something I look at. If I can do anything to turn a situation around for my kids, I do that, just like David did. But when God has rendered his judgment, it is what it is. Being strong doesn't mean you don't have feelings. Exactly. And I hope that when next time you see a man cry, that you don't see that as weakness. I hope the next time that you see a man hurt, I'm not over it. I'm better. I thought that he would have contacted me like a man and own what he did, not justify it. And I have a right to feel the way that I feel because I'm a parent. And if you did, and one thing that I realized, all three of my kids know, and even my members, do not bring anything to Apostle Ely if you don't want him to don't take action. If you don't want me to do nothing about your situation, do not tell it to me. My children have been knowing that since they little. If you don't want me to handle it, do not tell it to me. Because if you tell it to me, I'm going to do me. I ain't going to do you. I ain't going to do nobody. I'm going to do me. And my kids been knowing that. So if you made a decision to tell me what you told me, then to me, you wanted me to do what I did. In the way that I do, because that's all I can be. All I can be is Apostle Ely. Somebody said that hat is sharp. Thank you so much. Greeting from Albany, New York. Thank you so much. Oh, that's Verna. Hey. Thank you so much. Let me tell y'all something. Before your children get grown, before they become somebody else's husband, wife, friend, business partner, employee, teach them how to be accountable. Hey there, my Michelle. Thank you so much. If you want a woman to respect you like a man, then she has no business taking care of you like a child. If you want a woman to respect you like a man, then she has no business taking care of you like her child. I hope being accountable is a spiritual principle. Believe that. I don't care if you're in voodoo. I don't care if you're in Santeria. I don't care if you're in Lukumi. I don't care if you're in Palo Miambe. I don't care if you're in hoodoo. I don't care if you're an atheist, a witch. It don't matter. There are certain things transcend your religious beliefs. being accountable as a high priest of your house, being accountable as a prophet or a preacher or a covering of your house, you are accountable. And I want to personally want Brother Mario to know that I appreciate what he did, and it is not his fault how my son decided to handle himself. But I do apologize as his father, because I know that your intent was well and you wanted to see me happy, and you had heard me complain about I haven't touched my son in a couple years. So, and I appreciate that. And I appreciate each and every one of you guys that made that possible. It is neither my responsibility to conduct his affairs. I respect that. Thank you so very, very much. I take accountability. It makes you more of a man, not less than a man. To all my brothers, white, black, green, purple, gay, or straight, be accountable. Be accountable. If you're going to bring a child into a situation, be accountable. Gay, straight, or bi. If you're going to practice spirituality, it is not your wife's responsibility to make sure you pray and do your prayers. It's not your wife's responsibility to make sure you go to church. It's not your wife's responsibility to make sure that you place certain things on the altar. It's not her responsibility to buy your spiritual product. It is your responsibility. Let's be accountable. 2022, let's be accountable. No apologies needed. Yeah, I had this. It's my son. I'm gonna apologize to you. I appreciate the sentiment, but I am going to apologize because you work hard for your money. And you had already purposed why you wanted him here. And I do appreciate that. And I still take it as a beautiful gift, because it was and it still remains as one. All right, guys. Men do cry, but I advise you not to make me cry. I'm not the type of man you want to be crying behind you. Because I have a motto: if I cry, you gonna scream. If I holler, woo. All right. If you want me to do a reading for you tonight, and if you guys, make sure you go on my website if you want me to prepare one of these candles for you. I did do this earlier. These candles right here, I am going to be using. I'm not telling you all the ingredients, but collard greens will be in there. Black eyed peas, fish, and okra, and plus some other time. Brother Mario says he want me to burn. I'm gonna make you cry. I can take that. I can take that, T. Carter. See, the laughter does like a medicine. I know that's right. But it is what it is. But this is also, my mom used to say all the time, once a parent, always a parent. Just because your kids get grown, you just change positioning in parenting. But once a parent, always a parent. Those that want to give out offerings to ancestors for the new year, apples are good for love, healing, and wisdom. Apricots as well for love and self-love. Avocado is a good offering for love, fertility, and spiritual work. Bananas are good for wealth, luck, spirituality, masculinity. Blueberry is good for protection and banishment. Blackberry is good for protection. Cantaloupe for protection and grounding. I'm not going to go through all of this. Grapefruit is good for cleansing. Grapes are good for money and offerings to gods. Guava for self-love. Honeydew melons for cleansing. Let me see if I want to. Mango for love. Oranges are very good for cleansing, protection. All right, and pineapple for protection, health, and offering money and luck. So if you can get a pineapple and you want to give it to your ancestors, Gemini, your real estate agent. I know that's right, baby. Gemini, Kimberly. Libra, okay. All right. Mario is going to do the oil of gladness, incense burning. Oil of gladness. Nobody should ever have to twist a real man for an apology. And I won't apologize if I think I'm right. But if I find out later I'm wrong, I will apologize. I don't care if it's 10 years later. I will do it. It don't make you no less than man getting stuff right. Y'all see what Michelle just did? That Libra, she got all on. Libra, Michelle, Libra for a reading. I am burning my money blessing incense tonight. And if you have came in, I want you to go back and look over this video, especially if you have male sons. It is so very important. And it's not your responsibility to do his daddy's work. And if his daddy don't want to do the job, let the uncle do it. If the uncle don't want to do it, let a brother do it. If a brother don't want to do it, let the neighborhood gardener do it. There's stop saying ain't no good men out there. He needs that. He needs to know how to respond as a man, not as a woman. That's something I had to break out when I was younger. I was responding like my mama. I was arguing and raising hell. That was not manly. That's bitchified. I learned how to speak what I got to say and stand by what I say as a man. I'm not going to argue with you. And then I make decisions based off the facts of what I have incurred. Men handle their business. And if you want me to respect you like a man, handle your business like one. All right. I'm going to smoke these cards. We're going to do our first reading for Michelle the Libra. With this money incense. Hear these words which I speak as I call to thee that which is in the dark, bring it to the light. Concerning Michelle the Libra, Michelle Edidi Osaya, Michelle Edidi Andaya, Rabba Shandedi Besaya, Michelle the Libra, Michelle the Libra. That which is in the dark, bring it to the light of my eyes. What is going on concerning Michelle the Libra? Michelle the Libra. What is it that this Libra needs to be paying attention to? What is this Libra needs to be paying attention to? Libra. Michelle the Libra, your cardinal air energy. Your first card is Diamond in the Roof. Your first card. Dapper Dan. Come on now. Y'all, I'm working this hat. Y'all should see my head up underneath. Michelle, the Libra, your first card, your shadow card is Resh He Ayin. It said, here I accomplished nothing less than the complete transformation of a negative situation into a positive opportunity and blessing. Michelle, you know what this is talking about. It says, manna rains down upon me. Life begins to taste like anything my soul desires and imagines. This card is saying paying attention to how you're going to be able to transform negative situations into positive opportunities and blessings. This is such a very strong card for you because of the work that is being done. Look at your middle card. Revealing the dark side. Your middle card. Looking suave, Apostle. Stop trying to make me blush. Y'all know I don't do pink. I do burgundy cheeks. Your middle card, Michelle. Yud Chet Va. Light shines. I recognize the negative force is still active within me. My reactive impulses are no longer a mystery. The power of this name, they become history. This is talking about right now, old things are beginning to be passed away. Oh, thank you so much. Y'all cut it out. Let me read for you, Michelle. Get me distracted. And your outcome card is soulmate. Michelle Libra, your outcome card talking about soulmate. Shin Aleph He. Using this sequence of letters, the energy of soulmate arrives within my being. I now attract the other half of my soul, and all my existing relationships are deeply enriched, imbued with soulmate energy. By this being your outcome card, this is talking about a lot of things that were not pleasing. They were negative. Going on in your life and going on around your life is going to be turned into positive energy. Also dealing with certain things, how you have been affected by that energy, getting rid of that energy. before you get it going into 2022. And then this outcome card is talking about love. It's talking about not only loving yourself, but being loved by other people, not just in a relationship, but having a better a positive relationship with other people. A lot of your relationships going into 2022 is going to get more enriched and better. You're going to find things being more positive to you. The scripture that comes to mind, God is going to cause men to give into your bosom good measure, pressed down, shaken together, and running over. This is going to help promote you to be advanced. You're going to see things move in a more positive manner especially going into 2022. You will see a great turnaround, not only in your personal relationship, but in relationship with other people. I would like you to read Psalm 25 before you go to bed. All right, y'all. Was there anybody else? Money instant burning tree Rhonda? Okay. Okay, money. Okay. Money blessing. Okay, Brother China. Mother Susan was such a blessing to me today. And I'm going to actually, Mother Susan, I'm going to burn this for her, money instant for her. Write that down so I'll get her. Let's see. And no other reading. Let's see. You quite so welcome. I need to read. All right, Kimberly. You got me on the 20. Make sure you cash out, Kimberly. Kimberly Pendleton, I got you. Reading. Let me do this reading for Kimberly Pendleton. Smoke these cards. My Gemini real estate agent. Hear these words which I speak as I call to thee that which is in the dark, bring it to the light. Show me what's in the dark concerning Gemini. Kimberly Pendleton, the Gemini. Kimberly Pendleton. Felt that. That which is in the dark, bring it to the light. Do not run out that blockbuster. When you get a chance, you need to get one of those candles, those white candles that I'm going to be burning. I'm getting chills for Kimberly Pendleton. Kimberly Pendleton. Esa. That which is in the dark, bring it to light. What is it that this Gemini needs to be paying attention to? Ebasa. Rabashe. Nedidiosaya. Rabanderioso. Rebiandaya. There's a fight going on. Gemini, your first card, revealing the dark side. Thank you, sweetheart. Revealing the dark side. This is your first card, which is Shadow Self. Yud Chet Va. Light shines. I recognize the negative forces still active within me. My reactive impulses are no longer a mystery. With the power of this name, they become history. This card coming up for a Gemini, this is talking about you dealing with anything that you, in other words, old patterns. They want you to pay attention to old habits. Do not allow those old way of thinking, old way of dealing with situations trickle into your new year. They want you to, the light is going to shine for you to recognize it and to start gaining more knowledge so you can deal with things in a different manner. Okay? Now look at your middle card. Your middle card says absolute certainty. Which means to me, most Geminis, because you're a Gemini, most Gemini are indecisive. This is talking about basically like you're going to be coming into more confidence, more assurance, more faith, more trust. This is what's going on right now. You're in a better place. Your middle card is Ayin Resh Yud. By using this name, I fill my heart with certainty, gratitude, conviction, sureness, and trust. This is a very good card for a Gemini because a lot of times a Gemini can be wavering. Very wavering. But something has happened where it has built your faith. It's showing more gratitude, you're more sure, your convictions are strong, and you have more trust going into this year. I like this for you being a Gemini. Your outcome card is speaking the right word, Gemini. See, this lines up with right thinking, have more trust. But look at your outcome card. This is why this is a good read for you. As you gain more knowledge, when they say when you know better, do better, this is why this is important, because of your outcome card. Yud Zion. Hold on. Yud Zion. It says, I silence my ego. I push the mute button. Stop raising hell. We not talking about this. We gonna be about this. This is what this is saying. I call upon the light to speak on my behalf. This is where you're gonna becoming more spiritual and allowing the spirits, your ancestors, to move in your behalf on all occasions. Not some things. Lean not to your own understanding, and he will direct your path, Kimberly. It says, so that every word elevates my soul and my existence. Making sure that you understand before you come out your mouth, you want to see that thing come to pass in your life. Do you hear me? This is where your road opener. This is where your blockbuster. This is where your the high John will even work really good for you. This is when you speak those things, being sure that God gonna bring that thing to pass, huh? This is your year of decreeing the right thing for your life. Not out of doubt, not out of fear, not out of necessity, not out of worration, but in a place where knowing that God shall supply all my needs. Favor, him causing men, investing in yourself, making sure you have the right energy on the inside of y'all. Y'all hear me? When y'all do, I'm saying this again. When you eat them greens, make sure you understand what you eat and the energy you bringing into your body. When you eat the black eyed peas, understand the energy you bringing into your body. When you eat that fish, know what kind of energy you bringing in your body. Or your okra. Understand the energy and benefit from it. All right? Are y'all hearing me? Huh, Kim? This is I would give you, Kimberly Pendleton. The psalm that I would like for you to read is Psalm 65. Before you go to bed. Psalm 65. And when you get an opportunity to get that white candle, you won't know. If you can get it before the new year, that's fine too. But at least before the 21 days of the new year, burn it, get this candle before. Felt that. You want to keep the energy flowing in your life. Do not miss out on certain things. I don't even have 24 candles left. I don't necessarily know how many I got left. I think I got 11. I think I got 11 left. But if you want those working done, is anybody else? You quite so welcome, sweetheart. And I want to say, Kimberly Pendleton, thank you for trusting in me through your circumstance, through your situation. And thank you for introducing me. This white candle is that I'm going to be doing. This is my New Year's Eve candle that I'll be burning. And it's actually on my website, so you can read up on it. But this energy going to be carrying for these people into the new year and until it burns out. But this is just preparing for the new year. There you go. I want to say to you, Kimberly Pendleton, thank you for introducing me to Michelle. Michelle has been a blessing to me. I have a lot of fun with her. Certain people I appreciate. It ain't sometimes when you good to people, a lot of y'all, I want y'all to realize why it's good to be accountable. Because if you do good work for people, you don't know who they will share with you. She said, say one. Okay, I will. I'll put your name on one. But I say this because a lot of times it's not, sometimes you're not in a place, but you trust certain people and you share that person with somebody you trust. And I've had a very good relationship with Michelle the Libra because of Kimberly, the Gemini. And so them two air signs, I appreciate you so much. And each and every one of you guys that I met you through social media, I want to say this, Brother John is sin. Cash out for money blessing. Okay, I think I got it. I got you, Brother Johnny. But I want to say that I appreciate TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube for bringing y'all into my life and meeting many of you guys. I appreciate and I thank God for you because you have enriched my life just like I have enriched many of you all's life. And I thank God that I met you via social media. I really appreciate that. I love you guys. I thank God for Sister Monique finding me on YouTube, Monique the Cancer. And I met Mother Susan. Now she's the mother of my ministry. I mean, I cannot thank God enough for the people that I have been able to experience through social media. I would have never met Kingmaker. It's a lot of people. I don't want to get in calling names, but I appreciate each and every one of you guys that I have met via social media. Some of you guys knew me from my family, but a lot of you guys, because you live in different states and different places, I would have never met you. And I thank God that that I came online listening to my children. Yes, Mom Brooks. But you can cash at me for the white candle, but make sure you go on the so you'll know what that candle costs. But go on the my website and look it up. But put in when you cash out the money, put in New Year's candle. Okay, these are not $20 candles, so I don't want to deceive nobody. Those not $20 candles. So I want to go look it up, make sure this is what you want me to do, and just put on there for New Year's Eve, and I'll make sure you get that done. Brother Mario is gonna make sure I get, but I only if I do that for her, I will only have 9 left. Okay. So I appreciate each one of you guys. Make sure that if you have any questions that you go and follow me on YouTube. I have a lot of information out there. If you have not joined my Patreon, please do join my Patreon. I appreciate your support. I love you guys. Thank you so much. I'm going to go eat. All right. So thank you. God bless you. TikTok, thank you. All right. Mama Brooks, Capricorn, thank you so much. Kimberly Pendleton. All right. Thank you so much. Amen. You are a mega blessing to us. You are truly blessed and changed our life. Oh, Michelle, the blessings that I have received are astronomical. I'm so glad I know what astronomical was. I thank God for you and your life. Oh, thank you, sweetheart. Very much love to you. Appreciate you so much. T. Carter, Scorpio, thank God. I don't know if I seen Gorgeous, but she normally on here anyway. I just want to say a shout out because I would have never met her as well if it wasn't for this social media platform. Mama Susan, I just want to show some love. Sister Tree, Linda Stuckey, thank God for you as well. Ashley Dawkins, Brother Mario, Brother Johnny, Sister Let, Sister Jackie. Oh my God. I mean, she ain't even, I don't even want to say she ain't a part of my minute because she's always there for me. Sister Angie, Sagittarius. Thank you guys so very. I love you. I really do. And I appreciate you, all that you do. My Kimmy, my goddaughter, Kimmy Dawkins. Just want to make sure I got everybody. Did I miss anybody? I hope I did not miss anybody. And Al Marie, I know she's not on here tonight, but I thank God for her as well. I want to say thank you also to Kingmaker. Thank God for her. Fiona. When I tell you guys, Fiona is in Jamaica, but Fiona has been riding with me, that Aquarius, the whole time. And to each one of my social media friends, Shadow of Wolves, different ones that acknowledge me. Gully, he constantly acknowledges and send people to my TikTok account. Toya, I mean, I have asked her to do something on the drop of a dime, and she moved for me. Afro spiritual. I just want y'all to know I do appreciate the relationships that God has blessed me with, and as a man, I'm accountable, being their friend as well. Not only they being my friend, but also they being my friend. So thank you guys. All right. God bless you guys.